Alright, whoops. Probably would help if I had my mic muted. What's going on, guys? It's Ishto here. And even though with recent events, I'm still doing my best to, keep things rolling, keep things moving forward. And I want to keep, making more stuff for the channel. And as you can see here, I'm showing off some stuff that I showed off yesterday. I'm kind of finished with what I have right now. But in the coming weeks, you get to see, you'll be able to see some nice looking prefabs of Sangheili like stuff, and I hope that you will enjoy all of the Sangheili like stuff, because this took me a long time to do, and a lot of this was a pain in the rear end to build. A lot of these were not easy to place and put where I wanted them to be. I'm not even going to try to bother in turning that so that way everything is facing the same way. But I'm going to show you some of these prefabs. I'm going to tell you what they are currently called, and trying to save this, but as you can see, save error, so that way I can keep adding stuff and fixing stuff. This map is specifically made for, specifically on this map, I'm trying to work on these prefabs and make them, and I did some editing, just a few from the last time in the video yesterday. So here we go. Now, currently the main prefab I'm going to show you right now is the temple bit. Now, again, these were made kind of off the idea of the Sangheili temple Warzone firefight map. Now, I will go ahead and say, fair warning, there is a few problems with the lighting because of how many objects there are. As you can see, there's 953 objects currently on this map. These pieces are more for an aesthetic purpose, not a gameplay purpose. And let me turn off the fog, because this kind of ruins everything. Now, the only way I can tell you to fix the lighting problem on some of these is, well, ungroup every single one of the objects for the temple bit, and then turn all of these to a darker brown color. All of the ring pieces need to be turned to a dark brown color, so that way it doesn't have a problem with, it doesn't brighten up in this room. So if I was to grab, all these, and there's a ton of objects. If I turn all these to the dark brown color, the Swords of Sangheili color that I use for all my phantoms and all the other objects that I use, this kind of fixes the color problem, and it makes it kind of fits. It doesn't fix it permanently. And the other thing you're going to have to fix if you spawn this in on a map is that these are not all, for some reason, they're not all placed where they should be, so you kind of have to readjust them a little bit to make sure they're not out of place. And I think it's just because of how many objects are put into this prefab. But the first room, the entrance, is perfectly fine. It works perfectly fine. Oh my word, Discord, shut up. There we go. Alright, sorry, Discord was lighting up. But this one doesn't really need to be fixed. None of the pieces seem to come out of place, and if they do, it's very hard to notice. I tried to give this a nice, rugged texture on the outside, and then the nice smooth one on the outside, along with the main temple piece as well. And as you can see right here, some objects are slightly moved from where they should be, so this here is the result of you spawning in the entire prefab itself, so you kind of have to fix it on your own. Again, I apologize for that. It's just Halo 5. Hopefully, in Halo Infinite, when this option is in the game, it'll be a little bit more smoothed out, and it won't be so broken. But over here we have a platform bridge, temple bridge platform. Or temple platform bridge, I think that's what this is. The temple platform bridge is these two platforms already connected by a bridge piece, and it's a small bridge, it's not a large bridge, so it's just two small areas kind of put together. This is one group of a prefab. Now, the way to do these is because on temple there was these rocks that surrounded these things that they were standing on. So this is how you would kind of place them, and that's what it would look like. And here you have just the bridge itself. I made sure to separate this in case you wanted to like place multiple types of these platforms down, and you can do that with this prefab here. This currently, right now, while I'm making this video, this does not have this is not made into a prefab just yet, but by the time the video is over and uploaded, this should have a, you know, you should be able to use this as a prefab. Now we also have a temple bridge damaged. This here is a damaged bridge in case you don't want to have like a, you know, a full bridge and you want to kind of have like a broken down Sangheili ruins. You can use this as a part of the map. Then here you have the temple bridge large. This is the large bridge. It's a much wider. The warthogs and ghosts can go under, unlike this one. I think they can kind of fit under, but it's a tight squeeze if you have these rocks there. This one is more accurate to the firefight map, just a little bit more because it's a lot longer, unlike that one that I first made. These pieces also have a taller roof, kind of like the firefight map as well. I try to make sure it was 3 layers. Those only have 2. I don't really feel like editing those because those are that there is its own forge block, and this here are their own forge block. If you want to place these down yourself, you can kind of just take one of these, place these down, make multiple bridge areas, make a box if you want. It's whatever. And this one here is just kind of like an end piece. It just has one, you know, entryway for a bridge, and that's it. There's not a whole lot of entryways. Now, with all these temple prefabs, if you don't know, I do have some Sangheili already colored prefabs, and a lot of these, like the Sangheili fire pit. I went into campaign and went and looked at all the sorts of Sangheili stuff. This is I tried to my best to get the colors down perfectly to what they look like in campaign. And the color that I found out that looks more akin to the Swords of Sangheili is the dark brown color, which gives it a weird red color. If I go pull out one of my phantoms. Now I have 3 different type of phantoms. I have an assault phantom with its turrets out. I have a phantom with no grav lift, but a phantom with a grav lift. And the thrusters are already there. This saves people time from, this will just be called a Sangheili prefab thing, I guess. But you have this phantom. It's already got the thrusters on it. You don't have to put them down. The colors are there for the Swords of Sangheili. This is a working grav lift. All you have to do is just jump, and you just slowly float into the phantom like, any other Halo game with a phantom in it. And, again, this phantom is using the color dark brown as its primary. That is for some reason that is the color that's the color of the Swords of Sangheili and stuff. I thought it was red. I kept trying to use red, and when I was scrolling through all the colors, finally found it. I also have the banners here too. So if you want to make sure that you have if you're making a Swords of Sangheili map, you can use these prefabs. Just scroll through all my stuff. You can find them really easily, and you can make an easy temple map. Before I end the video, I am going to post this on Forge Hub as well to make sure that I can get a nice little response with this Forge challenge. So I've already put up a challenge on Forge Hub before. Didn't really go that well. I was asking everyone to make a Covenant aesthetic map with some Covenant prefabs that I made. But I feel like with these Sangheili old temple design prefabs, people can make a better looking aesthetic map. And when I say this, you can also edit the outside of these structures if you want, put a few extra pillars, do something to make the temple look a little bit better if you want. That's entirely up to you. I try to make it just an outside temple, a not broken down one. And the challenge here again is an aesthetic map. Make an aesthetic map using my prefabs. And if you don't know how to make Sangheili design land structures, I do have how to forge Sangheili tutorial, a Sangheili tutorial to show you how to do that as well. And I thank you again for watching, and I will try to be making more videos and whatever else when I can. Again, with most recent events, it's been kind of slow. It's been kind of hard to get online and be motivated to make things. By the way, all these shadows are not always like this. These prefabs don't always look like this. I currently have a map right now, and this might fix the shadows. It might make it look a little bit more interesting. But please, for all of you who see this, please enter the... If you're good at Forge, you know, please enter this. I want to see what some people can build, because it's hard. Again, it's hard to find aesthetic maps on Halo 5. A lot of people don't really make aesthetic maps. They make a lot of Slayer maps and a few other things. And I really want to see what people can do with these, because I feel like it'd be pretty cool to see what y'all can do with Sangheilios, or you know, Sangheili Prefabs and whatever else. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if subscribe if you're not subscribed, please. And you know, hit the bell notification, turn all notifications on so you don't miss one of my videos. And I will see y'all in another video sometime. Don't know when. That just also depends on when y'all decide to do the Forge Challenge. And by the way, the Forge Challenge does not have a time limit. I will do this for... The time limit will actually be for 2 weeks, up until November 24th, next Saturday, is how much time you have until this Forge Challenge is done. And don't forget about my gamer tag, Ishto Sukule. Ishto space Sukule, top right hand corner. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.